The Sig Sauer P365 right here. We're going to go ahead and disassemble this firearm. Just a little takedown for a little maintenance, clean it up. We've been shooting this at the range. This is a friend of mine. He's been shooting it. We actually went and shot it this past weekend. Shot some rounds through it. I think total between us shooting it and also him, probably got right around 500-600 rounds through it. Didn't see much issues. The only issue I had, and also the guy that owns the gun, a couple of times the slide didn't lock back on the last round, and I really think it has to do with how small this gun is. Just your thumbs are going to naturally just ride right there while you're shooting, and I'm 100% sure that it was because of my thumbs riding on the slide right there. And that's why it didn't lock back the one time it happened to me, and I think he told me it happened twice to him, and he thinks it was the same thing, that you're just there's not much to grab onto. This gun's so small. That's just where your thumbs were. So you might want to watch out for that when you are shooting the firearm, and try to get some muscle memory to keep the thumbs a little lower. That you don't have that issue if you ever did use this gun for self-defense. He's been carrying it with a sticky holster. I think this is a MD2 or MD4. He's been carrying every day with this. He really enjoys it. It doesn't print much, if any at all, depending on what you're wearing. Sticky works really well. Alright, let's go ahead and take this sucker apart. Got our little SIG sticker here. We've got a nice little Glock tool to help us out with this. First thing we want to do, make sure the gun's unloaded. Take our magazine out, lock our slide back. We're going to check the chamber with our little pinky. Yep, no round in there. We're going to also look inside. Don't see a round. We're all good to go. We're going to rotate our takedown lever here. Going to rotate that vertically, straight up and down. Want to make sure your slide is locked back when you do this. Slide's going to go ahead and go forward. Slide's going to come off. Bam. Alright, from here, I'm going to decompress our mainspring for our slide. It's going to rotate out. Gun's a little dirty, so we're going to get some dirt on our hands. Barrel's going to rotate out just like a traditional semi-automatic modern day gun. It's just going to rotate out. You just use your pointer finger, point that thing out, rotates out. So we got mag, slide, barrel, mainspring. Alright, here's our frame. Cool thing about this frame, it's just got this one pin on the back side here. We're just going to push that out with our trusty Glock tool. Probably my favorite thing that Glock has ever made. Nice little tool. Even works on a SIG. So, as you can see, little chassis plastic part comes out. If I was SIG, I would probably be making more of these, maybe in different colors, different textures, different cuts, because this would be a nice little accessory to personalize your own particular SIG, because the serial number is on this chassis here. Also, Sig Sauer is listed on here as the manufacturer, so this is actually technically the firearm. This nice little chassis part here. So you just go ahead, wipe this down, get any kind of carbon buildup off, any unspent powder, just wipe it down. Go ahead, put that back in your nice little frame chassis here. I like to put the trigger in first, and then you just rotate straight down. You hear like a little click noise. I think that's just the chassis connecting to the frame here, and then it kind of lines up the pin for you. Once you hear that little click and you just push it in, that's all back together. Now to get your slide back together, we're going to drop our barrel back in, get our mainspring here, push that in. It's going to lock into a groove on the barrel. You want to make sure it's center for reassembly. Now you got to push this slide stop up and then rotate your takedown lever down. Then you can put your slide back on. Rotate your takedown lever parallel with the barrel. Bam! Gun's all back together. Pretty sweet. This gun's super small. I found it was very snappy for a 9mm, which it should be for how small it is. The Glock 43 is definitely a much smoother shooting gun, but this SIG is so small, it's itty bitty. Definitely has a little snap to it, a little kick to it when you shoot it, but once you get over that, pretty good gun. I mean, we're hitting steel 25 yards out very consistently. It's a well shooting gun. I mean, most people might be a little scared of that first reaction when you first shoot it and it has a nice little roll in your hand, but you just got to hold on tight and just rock and roll with it. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Y'all have a great day.